4 years. 4 entire years. The 12th Eclipse Games had consumed almost half a decade. 400 contestants had entered, only 9 remained. The final annual challenge loomed over the horizon: capture the flag. The challenge meant to decide the fate of worlds. The challenge meant to decide the winner. The challenge meant to end the games. 24 hours before it was scheduled to begin, the announcement echoed across the galaxy. One battlefield, one flag, one final struggle. Every surviving contestant received the same instructions. Report by 3 o'clock. Failure to appear would result in immediate elimination. For the first time in years, nobody slept particularly well. Even inside Reaper headquarters, the pink unicorn theme had long since been removed, much to Pine's relief. The tower stood quietly overlooking Nero Vega, its residents preparing for what they believed would be their final test. The next morning arrived beneath clear skies. Aurora stood on the rooftop watching the city. 4 years. She could barely remember entering anymore. The frightened girl who had arrived at 24 felt like somebody else. A different person, a different life. The city stretched endlessly beneath her, the same city that had once terrified her. Now it felt almost familiar, like home. The rooftop door opened. Pine stepped out carrying coffee. Aurora smiled. Morning, morning. They stood together for a while, neither speaking, neither needing to. Eventually, Pines glanced toward her. Nervous? Aurora laughed softly. A little? Good. She looked at him. Good? If you're not nervous before the biggest day of your life, you're probably stupid. Aurora laughed. That sounded exactly like him. The faction departed several hours early. The arena sat almost 4 hours away, a massive structure built in the wilderness beyond the city. The route took them through abandoned districts and forgotten industrial sectors. Most of the journey passed quietly. The final 9 contestants were all expected to arrive. Nobody anticipated trouble. Nobody expected fighting before the challenge, which was exactly why it happened. Halfway through the journey, movement appeared ahead. 2 figures. The surviving remnants of 2 worlds' 19 clans, the last remains of the once massive faction. Aurora slowed. Ellie noticed immediately. Plum stopped joking. Mira's expression hardened. Pines watched carefully. Something felt wrong. The group appeared calm, too calm. Then a distant crack echoed across the landscape. A sniper shot. Everything exploded into motion. The remaining member of 2 worlds' 19 clans surged forward, weapons drawn, plans abandoned. The final day had arrived early. Dust erupted. People scattered. The valley became chaos. Years of rivalry and desperation finally colliding. Aurora's eyes immediately found the source. A distant glint. A sniper. Hidden among broken structures. Her arm moved before conscious thought could catch up. Twin daggers left her hand. The throw crossed an impossible distance. The glint vanished. The threat disappeared. The battle below continued. Brief, violent, desperate. Nobody wanted to die one day before victory. Nobody wanted their 4-year journey to end here. Then another figure appeared. Darius. The kill leader. The last reign. The man who had once sworn to destroy everything Aurora represented. He arrived without announcement, without hesitation, without fanfare, simply stepping into the fight. A knight answering a call nobody had spoken aloud. The battle ended faster than anyone expected. The surviving members of 2 worlds' 19 clans finally fell, one by one, until silence returned. The valley became still. Aurora exhaled. The final rival faction was gone. The road to the arena stood open. The final challenge awaited. Then she heard a cough. A wet one. Wrong. Everybody turned. Darius stood alone, swaying, breathing heavily. Too heavily. Pines moved first. The old Reaper immediately understood. His expression changed. Aurora's stomach dropped. Darius laughed softly. Ah, blood touched his lips. There it is. The realization spread through the group. The sniper, the first shot, the one nobody had fully accounted for, it had struck him, directly, cleanly, straight through the center of his chest. The wound should have dropped him immediately. Instead, he'd fought an entire battle afterward. Because that was who he was. Too stubborn, too proud, too determined. The last true night of house reign. Aurora knelt beside him. Plum stood nearby, wiping tears. Ellie lowered her head. Mira quietly cried. Even Pines looked shaken. Darius smiled weakly. You all look awful. That somehow made everybody laugh, even through tears. The moment felt absurd, heartbreaking, beautiful, human, all at once. I thought I'd make it to the challenge. Darius looked toward the sky. Guess not. Nobody knew what to say. Nothing felt adequate. Nothing felt right. Then Pines finally spoke. The old Reaper crouched beside him, looking at the man he'd once hated, the man he'd once blamed, the man who had somehow become a friend. You won't be remembered as the last rain. Darius slowly turned toward him. The valley became silent. Pines continued. You'll be remembered as the last true rain. The words landed. Aurora felt them. Plum felt them. Ellie felt them. Mira felt them. Most importantly, Darius felt them. A smile appeared. Small, peaceful, genuine. The first truly peaceful expression he'd worn in 4 years. He looked upward, toward the endless blue sky, toward a future he would never see, toward a peace he had finally earned, then softly said, I like that. The smile remained. His eyes stayed fixed on the sky, and then he was gone. The wind returned. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. The silence lasted nearly a minute. The last true rain deserved at least that much. Then the heavens erupted. Golden light flooded the sky. A gigantic hologram appeared above the planet. The announcer, every communicator activated, every camera focused, every surviving contestant froze. The woman smiled, then spoke. Ladies and gentlemen, the galaxy held its breath. For the first time in Eclipse history. Aurora frowned. Pines slowly stood. The announcer's smile widened. We have a faction winner before the final annual challenge. Silence. Nobody understood. Then the notifications appeared. Across every screen, across every world, across every city. Faction clause activated. Aurora froze. Plum froze. Ellie froze. Mira froze. Then realization hit. The final rival faction was gone. Darius was gone. No opposing faction remained. No remaining contestant structure existed. Sparkle Doom stood alone. The challenge was no longer necessary. The games had already been decided. The announcer continued. By unanimous activation of the faction clause, fireworks exploded across the sky. The city roared, the galaxy erupted. The final scoreboard appeared. Aurora Reach, 36, Plum, 18, Ellie Dawnfall, 17, Mira, 2, Pines, 2. Then the final declaration followed. Aurora Reach. The title appeared beneath her name, Champion of the 12th Eclipse. Aurora stared. 4 years. 4 years of fear, loss, growth, friendship, love, betrayal, family. Every moment had led here, not because she killed the most people, not because she was the strongest, because she built something worth protecting. The girls immediately surrounded her, Plum crying openly, Ellie smiling through tears, Mira hugging her so tightly it almost hurt, Pines standing proudly nearby. Family, not faction, family. The announcer's voice echoed one final time. The 12th Eclipse Games are officially concluded. The city exploded into celebration, the galaxy followed, and as fireworks illuminated the skies above Nero Vega, the winner stood surrounded by the people she loved. The games were over. The rest of their lives were about to begin.